Righty. Lucy right side. Hello. Just check the mic is plugged in. Welcome to my latest stream, which, as you can see, is Tangle Tower. But okay, it is well. Yeah. Tangle Tower today, another puzzle/mystery game. I believe that there was one made before this, and then they are in development to make a game after this as well, I think. Okay. So, yeah, there might be another one after this. Evening, Nido King. How are we? Do you know much about these games? I know next to nothing about these games. I was just wanting to get something similar to the Monkey Island, that sort of thing. I know there is the new Monkey Island, which I still haven't bought yet, but this has been in my library for a while. So I wanted to get to it. I've just obviously not been able to because I've not streamed on a weekend for quite a while. I've been streaming during the week playing 7 days. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd seen that it wasn't like... It was like not like a proper game, or it was like as in not like the other ones sort of thing. I did read somewhere that this is the third, but then I didn't really find much on the first, so I just assumed that the one before this was seen as like the first proper one. But yeah, there was one before it, so obviously if I enjoy this, I will go back and play that other one. But I wanted to play this because it's been in my library for a while, and I know that they got a new one coming out maybe this year. I don't quite know, but we'll jump in. Yeah, I don't know anything about it at all, so I'm going to go in blind. I'm hoping it'll be fine. But yeah, Tangle Tower, mid-afternoon. This is Detective Grimoire, right? Is that our name? Because that's the name of the previous game. Lake's Edge. I know that it's point and click.
You ready, Sally?
Okay, there we go. Let me know, as always, if the audio is too quiet, if the game audio is too quiet, if my voice is too loud. If the sound's not quite right, let me know and I can adjust it.
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
There we are. I was right. Okay, so we are Detective Grimoire.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Okay, the case file. Here we go. I got loud compared to the game. Got you. And my mic. My mic's on 90%. I'll turn that up to 100%. That might be too loud. The game is on 78%, so let me do 75%. We'll see how we are there. I can adjust it again if that's made little to no difference. But the case file. The murder victim is Freya. I like that name. Freya Fellow, 19 years old, died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58 years old. The location is Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife, and the subject is Flora. So she was painting Flora holding a knife. The red colour on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. I mean, that much would be obvious, wouldn't it? Tangle Tower is a small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colours. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer families. There are two families. Interesting. So is that... Okay, then we got Freya. So we got some question marks. Those are some fact. That was Freya killed. Okay. If I come back out of there and go on the map. Lake's Edge. So we have got... Oh, no. I didn't want to do that. Was I meant to do that? Hang on. I want to get ahead of myself here.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune. Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to skip straight to...
ground's
Oh my god, I can
moist.
click everything.
It's not muddy. Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already.
I was just curious whether I could click everything or whether the icon had to change.
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent, wooden wind chimes.
Okay, what about the boat?
It's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on or off the island.
What a comforting thought.
Okay. I think that's it, is it? And the pathway
It's a
onwards.
garden, I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk.
Walk close to
Ready
it.
when you are.
Okay, so the main mode of transportation is the map. I just wanted to check that that wasn't just a quick fast travel. Okay.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
I think it is.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
Playing a harp.
playing a harp. Hang on a second.
Let's have a closer look.
This
Ah.
isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Puzzle.
Something tells me we're not going to solve this just yet.
You're not wrong.
Let's.
Okay,
come
but there
up
are
with-
different icons. Birds, bells, lips.
It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Oh. Okay, an old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4 column segments. Okay, cool. How did I get to that? That's just through here. Okay. Okay. So I can go back from that.
It's a bandstand.
God, they really do have something to say for everything.
It's small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Nice. Why is that rippling?
And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Although
Any
it's
fish in
rippling
there?
in a few different places.
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape.
Hey!
Used to be.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so it does pay to just click everything. Damage tape. The cassette tape has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and illegible. Okay, well at least I grabbed it. So is there something in
It's
that one
full
as
of
well?
the same weird
Any
water.
fish in there?
Not a Although there is.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Is that another one? Or is that the same one? I think it's just the same one, but I seem to keep... Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it does, right? With the... There's not much other gameplay mechanics to it, so I guess they are going to be, like, super
This is some garden.
particular on
Do the plants all
details.
look a little strange to you?
What animal is that?
Hawk, bear, lizard.
It is a hawk bear lizard.
Right.
Nailed it.
Of course. A hawk bear lizard.
Okay, and then there's a bridge with something dangling off the
It's
edge.
quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to say too quiet.
It is.
It's not.
No.
It's an appropriate amount of quiet.
These two don't work together very well. Okay. I think I've clicked most things of interest. I've clicked in there, haven't I?
Spooky. What do you think it's
I
for?
think
Yeah.
it's
Is it working?
No.
Okay. Onward, I guess. I don't want to rush through scenes, but there was only so much that I could even see to click. The main entrance. Okay.
Oh,
What?
oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh, there is no on the floor.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tower.
Twir.
I wonder what it means.
Oh,
Oh, I thought I
Oh.
could...
Oh yeah. Tangle.
twir.
Okay. Okay. Like,
Little
Pick it
bird
up.
feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
brew. What's that?
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
Okay. The envelope has been ripped open. There is a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. I need to sneeze. That's me. That's me. Excuse me. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Okay. Weird how I don't pick it up. I just save it in my memory and then leave it there.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
He does look like he's judging us.
A path leading towards the stone square.
So can I go to the square or inside? Right, well, we'll stay outside,
Let's head to
I
the
guess.
crime scene
Okay.
first. It's at the top of the west tower, I think.
Ignore me. Ignore me, ignore me. I guess we're going in. The Grand Hall.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Look closer. Whoa. Freya.
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
So we're saying these are the main... Okay, so there's a Pointer family, a Remington family, and a Fellow family, but they said that it's only the Pointers and the Fellows that live here at the moment, right? Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Understood. So Freya is the daughter of Felicia Fellow and Damien Dusk. Lord Fellow had a daughter, who had a daughter, who had a daughter. Okay. How many of these do I need to click on?
Whoa. Is it too late to change my name to Detective Dusk?
It's Freya's father. Do you think he still
Have
lives
some
here?
respect.
Felicia Fellow.
Freya's mother.
Do you think she still lives here?
Well, she's
Lord
dead.
Fellow.
Oh no, Felicia's not. Sorry. Right.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal.
Ah, Selena Stonetop. So they... Okay. Do I need to click everyone?
Lord Remington.
He sounds important. Lady
I
Remington?
think I have one of those in my bathroom.
Excuse me? And then she was drawing. Who is she drawing? Who is she drawing? Flora. Okay, now I've done some of those. That's good. You're drawing
I
Flora.
think it's a family tree.
Where's Flora? Oh.
Lord Fellow.
Hmm?
Looks
No,
like
okay.
Scandal.
Where's Flora then? There's no Flora here. Oh, Flora.
Flora Remington.
I think she's mentioned in our case file.
Yes. It is very convenient that they have those first names. You're not wrong. Oh, what a banger of a tune. Right, do I
Felix
need to
Fellow
click
looks
each
like
one?
he married his way into the Remington family.
Do you think he still lives here? Fitzfellow. Half Fellow, half Everstone.
Do you think he still lives here?
Right, they keep saying that at the end of each one. I'll leave it for now, but yeah, it looks like there's a couple of different families. Obviously, just the three families, like the royal families. Right.
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Ooh, what was living in there? That's the question. Right, so should we look at the doors downstairs first?
A door.
Oh, and each side of the... There's two mansions, right? No, two towers with a mansion in the middle, but I'm assuming that's one colour with an F, and that one is a P, so it's going to be two different
What's
families.
behind it?
A room.
Not wrong.
A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion?
True.
This one has a big P.
Yeah. Yeah. Got him.
That's probably important.
Sorry, it's a
How
chance
very perceptive of you.
Nice. Right, so the F and the P.
I think it's a family.
Fellows, and then Pointers, because those are the ones that still live here. The Remingtons do not. So is it letting me just go upstairs in general? But they're locked. Oh, but I can go that way, maybe. Okay.
It's not locked.
Stairs.
Correct.
Stairs.
Okay. So I'm assuming I need to go left or right. So look, can we go there?
Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the west tower, I think.
Where's the fuck's that?
Let's head to the crime scene. It's at the top of the West Tower. Let's head to the crime scene. It's at the top of the West
Can I-
Tower.
Oh, right, okay. I didn't see the slider, sorry. My bad. Okay. The crime scene. Okay, you are gonna be Flora. That's where Freya was. And the bat on the portrait is blood, they said? Is that what they said? Is that what they said? Is that what they said? The red colour on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood, yes. Oh. I apologise because my experience of the Switch's controls is a lot worse. We played Little Nightmares the other day, and it was cheaper to get on the Switch. I don't know the control layout of the PlayStation. It might have been the same, but I did not enjoy the controls layout for Little Nightmares on the Switch.
Let's take a look at that painting first.
Really?
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a blob of black in the middle. I mean, I see a big blob of green in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint. Well, it's not paint, is it? 'Cause I think we've established it's blood.
Supposedly, Freya was working.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Okay. I don't need to see it again.
Let's take a look at that painting
All
first.
right, painting
There
first.
it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora
Flora
Fellow.
Fallow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
That's a bit mad. Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appeared to be wielding a knife. A red substance on the tip discovered to be blood. As in... Yeah, because there is no knife,
All of
so it is
Freya's
the painting.
paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Exactly. Oh, there's something very strange about how Freya was going. Right. Shit. Blank is completely covered in, was used to knock out, is holding a knife tipped with, hidden inside, was used to kill. Because Freya put it there, but it was removed from the crime scene. Oh, there's no knife here. I was going to put like knife, but it was removed from the scene. But Freya stole it because it stabbed Freya. Because Freya was going to eat it. Because Freya put it there. But it was removed from the scene. Interesting. Okay, so this is a cool mechanic then that's in the game. I want to say the paintbrush was completely covered in blood, but it was removed from the crime scene.
The paintbrush is completely covered in blood, but it was removed from the scene. Now,
No, the paintbrush is here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ignore me. Okay. Well, there's no knife, so I can't say was used to kill. I haven't seen anything hidden inside anything. Okay, Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood. Because it stabbed Freya?
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
I'm smart.
Weird, huh?
I'm smart.
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting. Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting
I
itself.
mean, when you say it like that, it sounds pretty ridiculous.
Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed.
End
And even if
the
you
game.
were right,
Roll the credits.
where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
An unfinished painting. Is this a chapter? Okay. Begin investigating Flora's tower. Happy days. Okay, can I look at this?
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
Has it now?
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Okay, it plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointing towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. Okay, so it's broken.
What about the cassette tape?
What about it?
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, there is one
Pink.
in it. Oh, to Freya. Oh, it's broken as well. There's a handwritten message on the label to Freya.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
Definitely won't work. The gramophone can still be used.
It's piano music.
Okay, it's recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping. Well, spoiler alert, I haven't got to that bit yet. Quite pretty. I'll make sure there's no hidden message. Okay. Does it play anything backwards? Checking. Might be a hidden message. Probably not. Okay. What about this one? Does it work?
Weird.
Yeah, weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Walking outdoors, a distorted humming melody could be heard. Okay. What if I rewind this one? No, that's just a lot of noise. Okay. Well, that's good to know. What about this egg?
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
It's also covered in gemstones.
It's quite
What a
an item.
completely ordinary.
Oh,
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
swap the positions of the gems, rotate the egg to see a clue on the back. Oh boy. I don't understand. Got a match? No, because they haven't got the same number of circles on them. Like that one's like a perfect circle, and then this one's like broken up. And they're not even lined up well. I was going to say if I could put, like, if that circle was exactly the same space as that circle, but it's not.
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
Oh. Does it? What do you mean? Well, that one shows the purple triangle going over there. No. Okay. This is the front. What is happening? What is happening? You've caught me getting stuck on the first puzzle I've come across, which is fantastic. So, I think I should be able to do this, right? I mean, I can see that lots of them have like a path that you can go to. Like this one, purple triangle to yellow. Then this yellow has a path that also branches off, so it could go anywhere.
I guess that's
What's the
wrong.
deal with those lines? It must mean something.
They must mean something, you're right. I'll park it
Just
for
gonna
now.
rest my brain.
Yeah, I obviously know what to do with it, but I'm just going to come back to it.
There it is. The unfinished.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it.
Looks that way.
Okay, so already looks at that. That's fine. I guess we'll just talk to Flora, right?
Flora.
She is fucking scary.
Oh.
Hey, sorry
Does
to
she
barge
talk?
in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions.
Not
I'm
acting like
afraid.
someone has
Did
just
you
died
witness
in
the
front of
murder,
her.
Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
It's a bit sus.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to
Damn.
ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's two locked questions.
Freya was
As well.
painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Her neck
Was
is
this
mad.
something you had planned with her
Mad
ahead of
neck.
time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
No.
Nope.
Don't think
But
so.
at least we can say we tried.
Oh, that one's unlocked
Flora,
now.
you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya?
Oh,
She's
for
acting
fuck's sake.
pretty suspicious if you ask me.
that's what I said.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
No, not getting anything out there. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I can go to other rooms, but I feel like I should know how to do
Is
this
that
fucking
an
egg.
egg?
It's what a completely ordinary.
I have another clue.
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
Is it though? Is it like purple, green, purple? No, it can't be that. Is that like the top purple needs to be swapped with a yellow, but how? Because with these you can technically get to any colour with these paths. How do I know which one? And then there's one in the middle, which makes no sense because there's not one that I can put in the middle.
I guess that's
What's
wrong.
the deal with those lines? Means something.
Nothing.
Each line connects two slots, forming pairs.
Oh, so we are assuming that they just go in straight lines.
The exact same pairs are represented in the clue on the back. They're just rearranged and rotated.
Right. So, okay, so if we use this one first, so the purple triangle is connected to the pink gem. Circuit diagrams on bloody hell. Right, so this top one. Although it could be that one. So does it matter then? Am I overthinking it? Is it as long as there is like
It's some
Oh.
kind of clue. It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones.
looks at the back, right, so the back is the clue. So the purple triangle needs to connect with the yellow diamond. Like that. So let me just not overthink it. And then we'll do green star, the red square. Green star, red square. there's 2 purple triangles. That purple triangle needs to go to a blue circle. I've done that one, I've done that one, I've done that one. Go around. Purple, whatever, or pink, whatever that shape is, needs to go to... They need to join together. That one. Go to that one. I'm probably doing this wrong. That blue circle needs to go to a red square. Then the other blue circle needs to go to a pink triangle. Yeah, okay. This red square to the blue triangle. Right, green star. The other green star, because I've already got one green star going to a red. This one needs to go to a yellow. Okay. Yeah, circle. Needs to go to a green star. So this one. Go there. That needs to go... Yeah, they go together. Okay. I must have done it wrong. Okay, so red circle goes to the green triangle, and then the other... goes to the other blue circle. Yellow circle to green triangle? Yeah. Okay, so I've done something wrong here then. Purple triangle goes to purple yellow, that's that. Green, one of the green stars needs to go to a red. This one does. The other purple triangle needs to go to a blue. Which it does. And then you've got the other... I'll do it in types. The other green triangle needs to go to a yellow. Which it does. Okay. That's the 2 purples and the 2 greens. If I do the 2 reds now, one red goes to a green triangle, which it is. The other one needs to go to a blue circle, which it is. So that's those 4 colours done. So we'll forget about them. Pink shape. One... Oh, they go to each other. Yes. Okay. Now we'll do the blue circles. One goes to a red. One goes to a purple. One goes to a red. That goes to a purple, that goes to a red. Yes. What shape is left? Yellow? One goes to a green, one goes to a purple. Yes.
It's some kind of clue about where to...
Nothing.
Each line connects 2 slots, forming pairs. The exact same pairs are represented in the clue on the back. They're just rearranged and rotated.
Oh, I see. So there's a smaller J. Okay. So the smaller J needs to be the red and green.
Nothing.
Nope.
Each line exactly. They're just rearranged.
And then the bigger J needs to be the purple triangle and the blue. Oh yeah, what have I messed up here? One blue needs to go to a red, the other blue needs to go to a purple.
Nothing.
Each line exactly. They're just rearranged.
Blue. Oh, I feel like I'm close now. Thank you for that. Right, so the bigger J is blue and purple, which I've done. The smaller J is red and green. So then I've just messed up with the yellow. So does that yellow go to a purple triangle as well? Yeah. lines are identical?
It's some kind of clue about where...
Right, okay, so all the lines here are the same here, but they've just been moved about. I get you now, okay. That I didn't recognize that before. So the yellow with the purple. Ah, right, because that yellow with the purple is like an L, but with a bit of a zigzag. But then I've done the yellow and the purple with this weird shape. So I need to find the L with the zigzag, which is this one. So that needs to be yellow and purple. I've got you now, I've got you now. Okay, and then I've done the bigger L and the... Right, what's the just long, like, is... That makes sense in my head. So it's that. The purple to purple is the... Right, okay, so I've done the purple to purple. I haven't done it yet, have I? No. Okay.
Just rearranged.
The green and the yellow. That weird square. It's this one. The green and the yellow is this one. So do they have to be in the same place, or can they just own the same shape? There's the blue and the red in that one. Yes. Have I done it?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm close.
Just rearranged.
I'm close now. Need to check which one I've not done. They don't have to be the same, like, end, right? Do they need to be in a certain... They probably do need to be in a certain end, don't they? The puzzle game. Okay, the purple is near the end of that. So that shape is right. The blue and the red... They need to swap. Oh, no.
Nothing.
Each line they're just
Which one have I misclicked? Which is the longer bit of the L? The green is the longer bit of the L, that's fine. And then the longer bit of the big J is the blue. Oh. Excuse me. Yellow and purple. That needs to be blue, right? The yellow needs to be green.
Nothing.
Each line exact. They're just rearranged.
Okay.
And rotated.
I think I'm getting very close now. Big L. The blue is on the longer bit. I've done that. And the smaller one is done. The pinks doesn't matter because they're the same. The yellow and the green kind of square shape thing. The green is on the bit that juts out really quickly, so I think that needs to change.
No, that was it.
I did it. Thank you, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will get better. Because that is the first puzzle in the game. You'd think after I played Riven, which had some of the hardest puzzles I've ever done, I would now be better at puzzles, but I'm not. Thank you for the help, and I apologize.
Nice work.
It might make you feel better about yourselves, though, seeing someone bad at puzzles, so in that case, you're welcome. But I have never shied away from the fact I'm not good at puzzles. I appreciate the help, though, otherwise we'd be here in about an hour's time.
Did it unlock? What's in there?
Okay. there is that as well. The good thing I don't care. I think if I cared more about looking stupid, the pressure would get to me and you'd see me sweating a lot more. But that is true. That I guess it is different for anyone, YouTube or not. If someone is watching you do a puzzle, you do feel the pressure more to do it. But at least there's hints in the game, and I've got you to help me as well. So we're all playing the game, really.
Nothing.
Nothing?
There's nothing in it.
I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
I suppose it is. I suppose it is. It would have something in it. Okay, the lining is a soft velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Okay, well I guess now I can leave. And can I now do the side rooms? Or should we try and go back to the beginning? Like, can I now go back outside? We'll take a break from the mansion and go back outside. I want to go there first, but we want to see the crime scene. Let's do the stone square. What's that plaque?
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point. but someone scratched it off.
Well, that's rude. Okay, what about the water? Is there anything in the water?
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest one I've ever seen. First one, too.
Okay, I mean, the elephant in the room is him, so I'm going to just wait. Right-click
It's a
him.
sea serpent, turned into stone by a wizard.
Ah, if you say so. What happened to its head?
Beheaded. By the same wizard.
Okay, what
Is
have you
that
got
a
there?
clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
I just crouched right down next to him and I've never seen him before
I'm
in my life.
guessing it doesn't tell the time.
Okay.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. Fuck me. So that has the same icon, that has the same icon, that has the same icon, that's right. I mean, it's not doing the thing that it did last time where it's like, you can't solve this yet. But I mean, I can't solve this yet, so I'm gonna come out.
I'll do this later.
I don't have a fucking Scooby-Doo.
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
It's pretty cool. All right, hello. Please talk.
Wow.
The last person didn't talk.
Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective.
I'm the main character.
Really? You're a detective.
Oh, do I?
If
Oh,
this is a
shit.
joke, it's not a good one.
That's not good, is it? I need to
Who
look
are
at my
you,
clues
anyway?
then.
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're
the loyalty.
not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Okay.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours.
Damn,
5
that's a
and a
long
half
time.
days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are
How'd you get that scar?
Oh,
It's cool.
that's not a question.
You really think so? As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an
I
atmosphere
mean,
of
no
somber
one's been there for
melancholy.
very long.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window.
Yeah, she doesn't
Didn't
talk
say a
much. She's a
word.
bit weird.
Although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after
Can
that?
confirm.
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite. Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
Oh,
He
library's in
emerged
there,
from the
okay.
Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase.
Interesting.
More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful? Mournful? I cannot say.
Interesting. Thank you. That's a lot of information. You're telling me I have enough evidence? I have evidence enough to... No. Don't have those. Sorry, I got excited then. Oh, come back. You think I've got enough evidence to do that clue? Wait. Interesting.
A somewhat cumbersome device.
Thank you. I did
and
not
an
know
altogether
that.
inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
Why you got exposed to me like that, Nido King?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
That is a cop-out. I like a mixture of things, really.
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're
Absolutely
working on
haven't.
it.
Can you tell me
That's a
the
no,
answer?
then. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday.
No, you
I thought
didn't.
Flora might be hiding something in there.
Oh, hiding the
It was
what?
empty yesterday, too.
It was.
The
Perhaps
murder
it's
weapon.
always been empty. The paint
I
is
guess
still
I'll just ask her
wet.
about everything, right?
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told?
True.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
That was our
Surely
theory.
you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No.
No.
No. No.
Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps? I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last. You truly consider this a case file?
What's
Rude.
wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint. Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
Alright. Ask her about people then.
Quite the stoic statue,
Awesome.
isn't she?
I'll just
I can only
psychotherapy.
dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps. An hour here or there, sporadically.
He looks
Spends
like the
rest
type
of
that
her
just
time
doesn't sleep.
Staring up at the sky.
He's weird.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective. 314 cases solved.
314?
And
Yeah, it's quite deep. You can ask them about a lot of things. I do like that. I guess there's no point in me asking Flora any of that stuff because she just wouldn't have answered.
Is that a...
If it is, it's a clock.
Right. Blow me.
No.
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction. It's like cogs on a machine.
Mm-hmm. One, two, 3, 5, 6, 7. No, I thought the arrows would be like clock faces.
I guess
Did you work out what direction each hand needs to be facing? Each one ends with a
No.
little hoop.
Yes.
Try looking through the hoop and ignoring the rest.
Excuse me? Looking through the hoop? I mean, that looks like a number 6. So would I be safe to say that that should... You can ask for the check marks. Excuse me?
Just gonna rest my brain.
What do you mean you can ask for the check marks?
Is that a...
If it is, it's a...
So all 4 hands are in the correct position. Does that need to be like... No. Okay. Now that looks like a 9. Oh, okay. 12, 9. Right. I mean, that's not a 6. That's a 6. I don't even know what number would this one have to be looking at to show like a number. But these aren't numbers at all. It's just a weird icon.
No,
So moving any of the hands, it's
Yeah.
like cogs on a machine.
I know that.
I guess
Did you
that's...
work out what direction each one ends with a little hoop? Try looking through the hoop and ignoring the rest.
Ah, so they've got cutouts, haven't they? Like that's got a diagonal, like a corner. That's got no cutout. That's got a little cutout on the curve, which would make it look like a 6, because then the pink bit is a number. That's a number. That's 12. So that's 6. That's 12. What would this one need to be? 9. Okay, okay. I'm not very good at like moving one to then move another one, but I get what you mean now. So that needs to be number 9. That needed to be up there. What does this do? Oh, okay. Right, so that's just going to move that. So I need to do that there. Oh, no. I've ruined it already. Back at this bit again. Nope. Oh. Oh! Progress. Progress. Okay. Just that one on the left. I don't know what that one's meant to point at. Okay, so that one's... They're either top, right, left, or... Ah. 3. 6. 9, 12 then? I thought they had to be like the facing like the clock, but is it just going up 3, 6, 9, 12? No, because that one is always going to say 12. What have I done it?
Nothing.
It's just 3 on the right, 6 on the bottom, 9 on the left, and 12 on the top.
Sorry? 3 on the right? Why is it that? Oh, because it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right.
You only need 90-degree angles. That should make it easier to work out.
3 on... Oh, of course. Because that's a fucking... Am I dumb? Am I dumb thinking that's a 3 when it's a fucking E? That's E. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I got it.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Don't. Just don't. Oh, yeah. I thought.
I'm impressed.
I'm just gonna shut up. Again, if it's made you feel better about yourself, I've benefited your day.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? My fucking brain? Is it
A
anywhere?
little tool thing?
Dear
Looks like a
Lord.
telescope.
But yeah, at least I got Sally to hype me up.
But I'm not
She
actually
didn't see
sure
what I was doing,
what
even though
it
she
is.
basically gave me the answer. As long as Sally's impressed with me, it's fine. As long as Kate didn't see one, then I've still got a life. A small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base. Okay, so we'll need to look to screw that in somewhere. Let's ask her about that while I'm here.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
It is in the box
And,
right next to her.
Uh,
Have I just
what is
nicked
it?
her lens?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils,
No, I do
clothing
know
fibers.
analog
have you
clocks.
used it here at Tangle
Sun
Tower?
Dormant, I am just
I
stupid.
have.
That's
I
my
used
bad.
it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Okay, well, she's mentioned the greenhouse a few times, so I'm thinking we do go over to the greenhouse.
A giant glowing gemstone full of plants.
AKA a greenhouse.
Giant gemstone. And then what's this?
It's Tangle Tower. Or at least it's the...
Oh, I see.
back
That's the entrance
base
over there,
of
isn't it?
Tangle Tower.
Yeah. Well, let's go greenhouse then.
Looks like Grimoire, you go first.
Let's go greenhouse. Okay. Lots to see here, lots to click.
This
That's
one's in a
what
little
drew my
pot.
eye.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Kinda. Potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil in the plant is an unusual blue colour. Interesting.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
I did not see the guy on the right. I've just seen the guy on the right. Am I okay? Didn't even see him. Okay, let's click some more
Hanging
things
basket.
first.
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all the difference.
It's true. It's true. He is kind of hiding. He did hide pretty well, to be fair. It's only his face that's making itself obvious. Doesn't look very happy to see me, though. Oh, I've already
Hanging
done that.
basket.
To
You're
you,
only
2 inches makes
Anything
all. Is
else to
that
say about the fruit?
It's shaped like
too
fruit.
shiny to be fruit.
Are these
Maybe it's
all
glowing a little
gemstone
too.
fruit?
Safe to eat, do you think?
I'm gonna say no.
Bit crazy.
Tools used by a gardener. For gardening.
All right, come on, gardener.
Sally, don't move.
Yeah.
We're being watched.
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too big to hide in the bushes.
Is he all right?
Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry. Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Slumdorman. If this was creepier music and he was just there staring at me, I would be a bit... I need to, yeah. I mean, are there any games like that? Are there any horror point... Like, I feel like I would play them. A horror point-and-click murder mystery. Because I think there is still horror to be had in the point-and-click mechanic, even though there's no, like, jump scares, you know, it's not first-person moving around. But I do think... I'm not that, What's that one? There was that game that's like an FMV, so it was like real footage where like you go to that hotel and it's like the owner of the hotel like chases you down. I can't remember the name of the game, but that's very much like click and then you'll run to a door and then like click and you'll look through the spyglass. I don't mean that. I mean one like this where it's more investigative. But yeah, definitely. But I do also, yeah, I like this game without it being horror, but I would play a point-and-click horror game.
You work here as the
Definitely.
gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kind of weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
I'm not here
That
to
giant
saint
green and
maker.
purple lake surrounding the
I'll look at
entire
that.
house. Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is
Was it
simply a
a mobile
result of
game?
this hydrological cycle.
Could
I
you
know.
say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a
Pretty
slightly
evening.
stupid person?
Our
Good
lake
evening.
water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
How are we?
Alteration? Like mutation.
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And
I'm sorry
you're the
about that.
local
Does Saint
expert
make
on
her
all
any
this
good?
stuff.
No. I'm just the gardener.
Okay, where were you
I was in my
yesterday?
greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you
Mhm.
speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
That is his life.
anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Apparently not. Give me a statement, lad.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up
was.
there.
We.
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that?
You did not.
Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in.
Ooh, what are they
Freya
called?
was
Is it
right
okay?
there, laying
Put it
on
in
her
the chat
back.
for me. Please. I demand.
Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together.
Why are they all not sus of Flora?
Felix
She was
took
literally in the
charge.
room.
There was nothing else I could do to help.
She would have
I
witnessed it
wanted
all.
to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me.
Oh,
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long.
that's fair.
But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
No, but if she's witnessed the murder, they'd be like, could you write it down on a bit of paper?
Fitz's
Like,
room is unlocked.
fuck's sake.
It's up in the fellow tower.
Okay.
This could be interesting.
No. I haven't clicked that.
A little chart of, actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Oh boy. Elements.
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
Aye. That's all I've got to say.
Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
Am I going to take a screenshot
What do you make of it?
Or not?
Not a whole lot.
Okay. Oh, well, I could have gone in the end. For those joining late, we have come here to investigate a murder of a girl called Freya. She was murdered in this top of the tower. Basically, there's a mansion with two towers. There are two families that still live here. I think one lives in one tower, one lives in the other. Girl was murdered in this tower whilst painting this person. The painting shows this person, but with a knife in her hand, and it's bloody. Pretty much it. So then we've just been investigating. There is another private detective. I guess we'll go to her now. She's a private detective, also investigating. And then there's, yeah, just like puzzles and stuff to be had. Let me show you some fruit.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For
Pretty
what
cool.
possible purpose,
Can't eat
other
it.
than financial gain?
Yeah.
You're speculating.
What would you do?
You're talking about
Grimoire,
most
if
farmers,
you
they
could
make
grow
things for
valuable
financial
stones
gain,
straight
no?
from the earth?
Why is she having a go at them for that? We'll go every fucking cattle and sheep farmer, you prick.
It's a Caesar
I don't
turned
want
into
that.
stone.
What happened?
Beheaded by the
okay.
same wizard.
I'm going to go inside then. The private detective went into the library. I'm wondering whether we go into the library next. Because how do I know what's locked and what's unlocked? Those three are locked. That's probably his room. So should we go bottom up? Here's the library where the private detective was when she heard the fracas. Hello? What's this first?
It's an illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
A clue.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
A clue. The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. That's sad. It has particular feeding habits and usually only eats the seeds of the Tantan amica. Pictured. Is it pictured? I don't see it. Okay, that goes on to the next clue. Cool. What else are we seeing
Books
here?
about ancient history, I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble
Good
into
joke.
dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
There's a few different
Books about
genres.
geography.
Skip.
Oh, I see.
It's an
That's been
illustrated.
ever so slightly unnerving.
Oh, that bit. Okay, so the three-leaf thing. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Cool, cool, cool. The
Books about
beetles.
insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
Ah,
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Is that a snow globe?
Of sorts.
have a look at it. Oh, it's broke. Oh no, it is a snow globe, but inside is a snow globe, which is broken. And then there's the
Look at
Tangle
that.
Tower.
It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's
Interesting.
lake and those weird mountains.
Oh, they're meant to be the mountains. Pretty much
What
surrounding
are
it
you
like
thinking?
a smashed snow globe.
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Yeah, pocket that. Pocket that. Hey, I got a trophy for finding the snow globe. I guess. No, let's do her
chalkboard.
last. Not like
Is
that.
this a library or a classroom?
Oh. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just A, B, C, D. Yeah, E, F, G, H. 191, 193, 195, 196, 200, 201, 206, 209. So, different amounts of numbers between them. But okay. Although it's got a question mark there. And then some other numbers.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
At least if we need numbers and stuff, we can go back there. Hello.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk
Can you
to
talk to us, please?
Miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Damn, I
Oh,
want to
no?
talk to you.
How come?
because I am not a suspect.
Oh,
I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks
interesting.
for letting me know.
That's
Speaking
good
of
enough
which,
for me.
you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis?
You timed me.
Oh,
Well,
the
technically, I've been
murder.
on for longer
Yeah,
than an
come
hour.
on,
but...
Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Okay. Tell me about yourself,
We will
Fifi.
need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a micro... something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12.
Thing on
Not
your head.
satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It
Nice.
automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
That's funny. Hey,
What can you tell
what were
me
you doing
about the
yesterday?
murder?
What can you tell me about...
Oh,
Wait,
that's my
that's
question.
what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
Come on then, give it me.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door.
Ooh, that's
I
scary.
ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
Oh, Jesus Christ, as you
She
do.
insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Damn. Right, well, I've got a lot of shit to show you. And ask you.
Name, Fitzfellow.
But get comfortable.
Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought
Dead
he was
stuff.
just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
No, no,
Well,
crypto's not dead
thought
stuff,
so.
is it?
He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every
Mm.
effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Wow. Well, that is good information. What the hell
Name,
was he doing carrying a
Fiona
knife up
Fellow.
there? Oh, why am I
Age,
doing you again?
19. Likes the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes. Kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
Touché.
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly
She's
one
me.
grandparent.
I'm sure a lot of people relate with her. Oh, of course, yeah, crypto, okay. Hidden/secret. So, she thinks that a more accurate title for Fitz is a secret botanist.
Name,
Interesting.
Freya Fellow. Age, 19.
She'd be a better
Profession,
sidekick than
artist.
Sally. Just saying.
Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult.
I her.
They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when
I like
talking
it.
to me.
Ah.
There it is.
Hmm.
Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is
Yeah,
very important,
Lots of people like
and I will
Freya.
not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of
I'll
a
beef with
similar
Poppy, then.
age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Well, I've not met Poppy yet, so I can't ask her about Poppy. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to think about, is going back to the people I've already spoken to and ask them about the new people that I meet. Yeah, unusual plans.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown.
Yeah, everything's
Dislikes,
unknown. Talking.
Unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know
shit.
anything?
I believe other people may
Oh,
have
you never stood
discovered
a
methods
chance.
of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
So not when a
She
murder
suffered
happens right in
great
front of her.
loss.
That's not one of those
Something
times where
she's
she
been
needs to
unable
talk.
to move beyond.
Understood.
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
That's so mean.
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This
Whoa.
makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
Yeah,
That's quite an inheritance.
Fresno has killed you.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her. I require facts.
You sound
What do you
like
know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
Yeah, we don't
which
know it was
as
a
a mere
knife.
abstract representation does not count.
But who's painted that in
Nobody
after
has
the
ever
fact?
been stabbed by
It
the
looks like it's
concept
part of the
a
whole
knife.
art.
The
That's
statue
confusing.
itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you
tell me about
deciphered
them.
their meaning yet?
No.
We're working on it.
We are.
Any clues? Okay.
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
Does she?
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right,
we
but
know
why?
that.
I do not know why. Curious.
I need to read that letter again. I forgot
The
what it
red
says.
paint on the brush
There's
is
something about
not
another letter.
paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
Oh, true. Yeah, I
Do
guess
not
maybe
know
she
the
did that
answer.
before she died. I don't know. I wasn't sure if like she died while she was painting it and then that got added after, or Freya painted that with blood. So why she got blood on the palette unless she doesn't know it's blood? She thought it was red paint. But then why would she put a knife in Flora's hand?
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
Oh,
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind?
interesting.
I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course,
She's better at the job than
the
me.
gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Okay. Oh,
Is she
that was weird.
laughing?
What the fuck? I don't need to listen to that again. That was weird. Why is she laughing at that?
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just like eggs.
Okay.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
The private investigator.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away. The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless, unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth.
Nope.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Okay.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Can't wait.
No, I'll do it manually. How do I...
Books about birds.
The shelves.
Oh,
We knew
so-
this already.
How do you save? Does it just auto... Okay, auto saves. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna go back. Try and make a bit of a habit of when I meet a new person, go and talk to the other people about that new person. If that makes any sense, what I just said.
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition.
Just because I can
No
move around so
focus.
quickly.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
Oh,
I'll
that's
say
too bad
this,
fits.
he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time
saying he's
alone
fit.
in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Restless. There's a thingy, yeah, the
A
book
book
as well.
from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see
You got the
that.
bat birds. Okay. No new questions. Onwards to the greenhouse. Oh god, I didn't ask you about any of these people. I'm so sorry.
I like Flora.
My bad.
I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone. She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
I think they're trying to make him seem sus, but I think he's just a weird gardener.
She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
What's she doing with the bugs? Is she making different paint colors or something?
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot.
Oh.
Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, that's... It was a joke. I was joking.
Who's joking?
Oh, I see. Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
Oh my god, I haven't done any of
Nice
these either.
painting. Gives
Not
you a
bad.
pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
Oh,
So
okay.
Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Sure.
Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
Oh,
I see.
I did wonder
And what
who
happens if the
brought
person
you.
who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
It's of no interest to me.
Please
But I
don't tell
overheard
me the
Poppy
answer.
and Freya talking about it once.
Okay.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something,
Yeah.
but I can't remember the details.
Oh, Fitz. Fuck you, Fitz.
That looks like it might
Poppy
belong to
must know.
Poppy. How odd.
Okay.
There's
Flying
something
through
off
these.
about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Oh? What are you on about the red blood?
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
Yeah.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
What did you
What do you
just
think
say?
that
then?
is?
I don't know. It does, but Flora wasn't. There's something
What?
bothering. When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't.
Well, she probably
She
would.
wasn't standing. She was kneeling on the floor.
Kneeling on the floor.
That
okay.
belongs to Poppy.
So why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. It's an egg with feet.
It was
Thank you
locked,
so much for
but
telling
we
me
opened
that.
it, but it was empty.
Fun story.
You ever seen this before,
He's getting
Fitz?
sick of us.
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
Why?
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gemstony.
Sometimes
It's a weird.
you never really
egg with
know
feet.
what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny, inedible fruit?
You look at it.
You don't sell it.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Interesting. Okay, that is everything now, yes? Interesting. Well, what are we saying? Any preferences? Do you want me to focus on the right-hand side? Do you want me to do the left-hand side, work my way up, and then do the right-hand side? What are we saying? Any preference? I guess I could go back up to the murder room because he seemed to think that I'd missed something up there. I'm not sure if that is true or whether that's just something he would say regardless of what I'd searched in that room. Any preference? While I head back to the main door and just have a quick look at that letter. Feel free to choose the room for me. Let me read that letter. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Okay, so I don't have the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You'll not find it down there. Weird. Okay, so there's no...
Don't think it's locked.
No, that-
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
It's just a matter of how you approach the story. Okay. Annoying it doesn't list them for me of whose room is what, but I know that that's the gardener's, I think. Let's go bottom. Work our way up the mansion, maybe. Ah, I did want to speak to Poppy next, so that is actually quite convenient. Have a look at some stuff.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Oh, yeah. A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the ground below are various shards of broken glass. Is that implying something was like shoved in it? That's a new clue. That's good to have.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Sheet music.
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor. It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Come on, then. Jesus.
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude!
That is rude.
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Hey.
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
What's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Well, I'm going to ask you questions about everything.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice. I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Dude, Fifi's
People
not very
ever
happy with you, though.
Leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Okay, let's get your statement then.
3.5 hours
no,
of
that's
piano
after this one.
practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I
No,
finally
Fifi
got
thinks
down
you
there,
purposely
she'd already gone.
missed it.
I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea.
Huh?
She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
No, no,
What?
no. That's
The
not what
little
happened.
garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk?
Oh, no. Oh. Am I back? Oh, my internet just dropped out. Am I still... am I still streaming? I think so. Am I still streaming? Okay, I'm so sorry about that. What I was saying was... Oh, you might have missed that then. Did you miss that? Did you miss her yesterday? I'll do it
3.5
again.
hours of
We should do it
piano
one more time.
practice. Soon as I wake up.
Apologies about
Same
that.
as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
Her story
What
doesn't
did you
match up
do
with
after
Fifi's.
that?
I
Is my
was
point.
supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already
This is where it
gone.
differs.
I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
This.
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
So let's check her statement in case she is going to
Fitz and
agree.
I were up in
Hang
the
on.
moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like
Like a scream?
something drilling into a piece of metal.
Oh, that's
But
awful.
different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do.
Ah, okay,
So
here
I
we
ran
go.
downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in.
Okay, it's fine.
The lights were off,
Fine, it's fine.
but I could see she'd already been crying.
Yeah,
I
because
told her
you
what had happened.
bottled it.
She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall.
Okay, yeah,
My
this
father
matches
was
now.
there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15
Yep, this all
minutes.
checks out.
After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
I feel like right at the end I'm going to have to listen to everyone's stories, aren't I? Drilling noises are the worst. Yeah, noisy neighbours drilling in the walls. No joke. So that is all her stuff. Thought I'd call her out, but I've not.
Needless noise
through
from
these.
tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand
What's happening?
blinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
What? Why are you reading me poetry?
With surging tide,
Oh, are they
the
all
waves
poems
are
about the
thrown,
person?
an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Ooh. Hawkshaw's pulling all the strings.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Damn. These are some good poems.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Damn, she's talented, isn't she? Go on then.
That's
Oh,
me.
God. No
I'm
poem
almost
for
a
you.
Murder suspect. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not your best poem, I'll be honest. Let's rattle
So
through
there
these.
are two families living in Tangle
I think I've
Tower?
got time for one more room, maybe.
3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family.
Yeah, that's the
Flora's a
middle
Remington,
family.
Originally.
Mm-hmm.
So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house.
Whoa.
Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Mm.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
It was a stab wound, because we hadn't established that it was a knife because no one could find the knife. But you're saying it went in at a right angle, so that means instead of going into the body, it's gone like in and to the side. So it's like parallel to the skin. Is that what you're saying? Is that what perpendicular means?
What do you make
Tell me
of
about
the
this harp
statue?
statue, please. I
know
need the
that's
puzzle
the only
for it.
harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely.
Tell me about the
See
puzzle.
how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
It does.
Yeah, weird.
Ah. But does it mean parallel, perpendicular? Is it kind of like... Is she trying to basically say the stab wound hasn't just gone in, it's gone in and down or something?
This
is your tape, isn't it?
mine.
Really?
It's
No,
you whistling.
well,
Oh.
yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
There's whistling
Any
on it
idea
now.
how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Hmm.
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone?
I do think it's
or
weird.
signed by anyone?
I do.
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you. Freya
Easily
would always
done.
load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself. Like
Okay, interesting.
getting all
So
your sheet
Freya
music
does
lined
load up
before
her
playing a long
paint
piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She was
That
even
still
more
looks
than I
green
do.
to me. But
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
what do you think it looks
No.
like now?
It was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out.
It is kind of
Should've never said
distracting.
anything.
Like it's kind of like diverting attention away from other things. Maybe that's the hope. Their opposites will be parallel to the floor when she's standing up. Gotcha. I think I've just forgotten what the fuck perpendicular means, but yes, got it. That's a good point, Dormant. As someone who hasn't painted his D&D miniatures for a while, you'll have to forgive me for forgetting that. That's a good point.
It was my mother's originally.
So,
Excuse me.
why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
People think you gave this to her.
Now that's not really my style, is it?
That's what I
But
thought.
who else would own a tape
But
like
Fifi
this?
said, I think someone
Literally
said it was
anybody.
yours.
What was inside?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Huh. Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
Keep saying this. But it's your dad's. Someone said it's your dad's.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling, with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does that. That belongs to Flora, I think.
That belongs to Flora. Okay,
Don't
yeah.
look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes.
Who?
I don't know who.
What do you
I
mean?
can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Hmm. Okay. So that is all the items then.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
I wonder what's in there.
Later. I, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call time. I think I googled it and it said it's about just over 4 hours to play the game in total. I'd say 1, 2, I mean, I don't count those first two, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I've still got quite a lot, so I don't know whether I'll get it on the next stream. I'm going to have to call it there. Unfortunately, but I'm fucking loving this game. Go to the title screen. Hopefully that's kind of like double saved it. And then let me come out of the game now. And yeah, that is it for today's stream. I'm hoping to stream again next weekend. I'll have to see how far we get. And maybe if someone's watching next week who knows the game, they could probably advise me if I'm close to finishing it or not, and then I'll extend the stream, or if not, I'll maybe just do like an hour and a half stream next week, and then it's another hour and a half sort of thing. That is true. I want to be thorough. I think with these sorts of games, it's good to be thorough, right? Because that is the majority of the gameplay, is the details, like you said at the beginning. So, you know, with each, you know, if it's a case of some people might not ask all the characters all the questions and show them all the items and stuff, if that's what you mean, then I will be doing that. So we shall see. We shall see next weekend. But yeah, really enjoying that. I'm glad I've gone into this game completely blind. I don't do it very often, I'll be honest. I do tend to look up games a lot of the time just to see what they're about, but this one, pleasantly surprised that I didn't really. So yeah, loving it. Good art style, the voices are good, there's a bit of humor in there, and yeah, I like how how much devil is in the detail. Oh no, if it was a temporary demo, I did not. But with some games, I'd rather wait and not play the demo for the reason I was saying about this. I'd rather go in blind, knowing roughly what the first game was about. But no, I want to be pleasantly surprised. Hopefully that's out this year. I don't know if it's got a release date, but no, I didn't check that out. But I look forward to the Golden Idol. That'll be one that I definitely stream pretty soon after release. But thanks a lot for everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully next weekend I will do the next stream for this. I'll probably have a stream during the week, but that'll be 7 Days to Die rather than this. Oh, sorry. I thought when you said never found out about it, I thought you might not have played it, but you played it. And it's a good step up. Good. Because I loved everything about it. So a step up will be even better. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming along. I'll have to look up the release date for that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I can see you in the next stream as well. But yeah, take care. Have a nice rest of your evening. Cheers.